Halloween, a time of year we all enjoy a good ghost story, a tale of horror. I visited two cities that have become Halloween destinations. The first, a quaint village in New England. It's one of the scariest places in the world. It's Salem, Massachusetts. This is the site of the infamous Salem witch trials, a horrific part of American history. It's a bit bloody unnerving, a bit scary. I feel like there's some kind of presence about it. Some witches. It's bloody freezing. I think they were burning witches just for the warmth. I bet it took forever before anybody was comfortable having a barbecue. You'd light it up and everybody come running out like, no, don't do it. No, mate, I'm just having some bangers. Don't worry, it's not a witch. Salem not only embraces its witch past, they celebrate it. There's some mention of witches everywhere you look. I wonder what disease they're trying to cure on the witch walk. Probably warts or toadism. I'm not psychic, but I can tell that dog's pissed off about being in a tuxedo. I wonder if in some ways they're saying they got rid of all their witches because, although if they didn't, they wouldn't have anything here, but they're really pushing it with the witch thing. All the witchcraft and wizards and warlocks and spells and potions and skeletons and... I'm surprised there isn't a broomstick parking spot. Now that's an imposing figure, stood up there on that rock. I bet in the movie he's going to be played by Gary Oldman or Anthony Hopkins. Nathaniel Hawthorne, the author, he lived here in Salem as well. He looks a bit like David Crosby. Hawthorne, Stills, Nash and Young. One of the biggest groups of the 1860s. Now they're not burning witches, but it's nice to know that there's still a disco inferno burning eternally here in Salem, Massachusetts. Check out all these flower petals. I'm not sure, but I think something incredibly romantic is about to happen in this front yard. This is embarrassing. I just discovered that they didn't burn any witches in Salem. I should have done the research. Most of them were hung, and it's not disappointing because it's still bad. They were hung, but it's not burning. I mean, they're all innocent, so it's all horrible. But burning is the worst. So yeah, no witches were burned in Salem. And no witches were harmed in the making of this video. I left Salem and moved on to my next creepy destination. A dreamy, drowsy town in New York State. One that's been immortalized through classic literature. A frightening place, indeed. This is Sleepy Hollow, New York, another scary place. The setting for the classic short story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, written by Washington Irving. It tells the tale of the frail schoolteacher Ichabod Crane, who was chased by the demonic headless horseman. I have to see if I can find the grave of Washington Irving. I'm gonna get in the car and see if I can find it. Like, it's just not cool to be driving around looking for one person's grave, like everyone else doesn't count, but he sort of put the place on the map. It should be the biggest, like most exciting one, but I can't find it yet. And it's closing really soon. I didn't want to buy the map. They should have those signs when you're going down the highway. Like, now, next exit, Washington Irving's grave coming up. Don't miss it. Well, that was nice. It's hard to feel excited about, oh, I found his grave. Yay. But I mean, it's why I came here, but it's still, you want to be a bit somber. I guess I was blocking the roadway up to the Irving grave. Somebody behind me was a bit sort of annoyed. I think I just experienced cemetery road rage. The graveyard of the Old Dutch Church figures prominently in the legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's said to be a favourite haunt of troubled spirits, and the most well-known of all these spectres is the apparition of a headless horseman searching for his missing head. That's some scary stuff indeed. But at the moment, my biggest fear is stepping in some dog shit. The horseman was a Hessian trooper whose head was carried away by a cannonball during the Revolutionary War. Legend has it he's buried somewhere in the cemetery. It's through these woods that he chases Ichabod Crane one night, all the way across the Headless Horseman Bridge. Bit disappointing there's no bridge anymore. So he doesn't even have a bridge. He's a headless, bridgeless horseman. He probably doesn't even have a horse. He's probably now a headless, bridgeless, horseless man. That doesn't make the story that interesting or scary. I thought there'd be a monument or a statue. A headless horseman statue. Is it cheaper if you don't have to do the head?